Presents for Santa's elves. We're going to look at how to make little mini donuts today. So we're going to go through what you need to make these. You're going to need a gift box, icing, cocoa, hundreds and thousands, Cheerios, the cereal, icing writing if you like. You'll also need a plate so you can put your iced Cheerios on it whilst they are setting. So start off by choosing a singular Cheerio. Dampen the surface of the Cheerio with a little bit of water and then pop it into your dry icing. Cover it with as much icing as you can and then use a toothpick to create the hole in the middle of the donut. Give it a few taps and then you have your powdered donut. So we're just going to go over that up close. You can see that I've added the water onto the top of the Cheerio and then I'm popping it into the dry icing, pulling it out, putting it back in. I really cover it on the donut or the cereal Cheerio, and there you have it once you've taken out the middle hole with a toothpick. For the next type of little donuts, I'm going to add water to the icing. So I'm giving it a good stir and I'm adding more icing just, until I get the right consistency. Because I'm dealing with a tiny bit of icing, you need the tiniest bit of water. So don't overdo it on the water already. So we grab a little cereal, Cheerio again, pop it in, and it's really goopy, so I kind of wiped it on the side of the bowl. And then I will poke out a hole once I've put the hundreds and thousands on. So on they went, and then I used the toothpick to pop the hole through, and on the plate it goes. So there it goes up close into the hundreds and thousands after the wet icing has gone on. And it goes a little bit out of focus here, sorry guys, but you just use your toothpick to get the icing and the hundreds and thousands out of the hole. So I'm adding a little bit of cocoa to my already wet icing so that it can look like chocolate. Just add more water so that you don't have a thicker consistency icing. You more want a kind of gloopier, sticky icing. So I dipped in a little Cheerio into the wet icing, which is chocolate icing now, and I'm just popping out the hole and popping it on the plate. And I'm going to do 3 of those as well. So the same thing, just keep wiping it on the side, grab my toothpick, create a hole, and then pop it down and let it set on the plate. Your fingers will get covered in this stuff. It's a messy job, but they're really cute. Moving on to chocolate hundreds and thousands donuts now, and it goes into the wet chocolate icing, and then for this one I've popped out the hole beforehand. You can do it before or after, it really doesn't matter, and then it goes into the hundreds and thousands. So we dip it in a little bit more, and then if it comes into view you can see still have to pop out the hole anyway, push those hundreds and thousands either up or down through. Either way, just so it looks like a donut, you want the hole in there. So there's the chocolate hundreds and thousands, and we've got 4 varieties so far. Now we're moving on to the trickier one. I really love this one. I just made this up. I didn't see this part on Pinterest, but I just wanted to do candy cane. So I've got my white wet icing. I'm popping it into there, dipping in my Cheerios. Then I'm grabbing my toothpick and creating the hole. And then I need to put it down on the plate. And I'm going to do that with 3 of them at least. And there they are. I left them to dry. They really have to dry before applying the red icing. So you're going to put the red icing on in stripes. So this works a lot easier if you hold your little donut, but for the purposes of filming I tried not to get my hands in the way. So you place your lines in between, and then on the very outside of the donut you put your other 2 lines. If you put them too close, even though they look like they'll be fine, what happens is that icing spreads, that little red icing as it sets, and it looks absolutely fine. So only do 3 stripes. You can't really do any more because there's so little. And then I used the toothpick and I started to maneuver the red stripes into the whole of the donut or the Cheerio, and then onto the outside of the Cheerio, just to make it look more authentic. And you can see I'm just moving it all around. It's a little bit trickier, this one, and it's sticky, to be honest. The rest dry and set really nicely really quickly. This one, it remains sticky for a while until it's completely set. Once you've done your variety of little Cheerio donuts, you can then choose your tissue paper for your box. I've got a ring box basically. Rings came in this box and it was perfect, so use that. You can use a pill container, whatever you like, just whatever's going to be able to be lined, and you can place your little donuts inside. I'm choosing the striped tissue paper, so I'm just going to cut it to shape and pop it into the box. Okay, this part you absolutely need tweezers for. I've used it with fingers. Your fingers get in the way, you knock things about, it's really hard to place them. If you've got tweezers, these are fine pointed tweezers, you can just use normal tweezers. Use those to place your little donuts and you will find you won't be knocking things around. So it's much easier to use a tool to help you get these all ready for presentation. By the way, these can be eaten. They taste fine. You won't get very full on them, and it'll take you a long time to decorate enough to ever have enough to be, you know, a little treat for someone. But they are so cute for near the Christmas tree, or put out for the little elves with Santa's cookies or whatever. And there you have it, a little treat for Santa's elves.